No.
Hey, Di, what you
Oh my
doing?
gosh, April. Hi.
Hi, how are
Hey,
you?
so good to see you.
It's good to see you.
Is that a new haircut you're sporting? I think
It
it's
is. I just got it done.
darling. How cute. I need one. I think I'm up this weekend.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah. Great minds get their haircut within a week of each other. Is that a thing?
I think it is.
Oh, shoot. What are you doing tonight?
I am trying to figure out the next quilt that I'm going to work on. What are you up to?
You're not going to believe this. That's what I'm doing. Blue Block gave me a bag of retro fabric. Are you ready for this? From the 90s. I mean, look at this.
Wow.
Uh-huh. It's
Oh.
that. There's
Oh,
this,
wow.
all these scraps,
Whoa.
these
That's a
fun.
lot of
Oh,
fabric.
oh, you think. Okay, check this out. And this,
Uh-huh.
and this. I know, right? And this. And
Ah,
then this one
recommend.
tickles me. I think the Santas, I don't know if they're angry or they don't have a face or I don't
Poor
know, but
guy.
they're kind of funny. And I love the snowman.
Oh, cute. I like
Yeah.
that.
So it just goes on and on. Oh, and this is hilarious. This is hilarious. This isn't from the 90s. Does this look familiar?
Yeah, I just used it in
Somebody
a quilt.
somebody put that in Quiltmas, didn't they?
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
I'm just looking at this. The cool thing about it is it's all traditional, and I'm trying to come up with an idea for a quilt out of this fabric. And again, we know it has to be scrappy. Thoughts?
Oh,
What are your thoughts?
oh gosh. You know me. I'm not a big scrappy. I haven't done a lot of scrappy quilts like you have.
Oh, and here's the deal. The
Uh-huh.
smaller, the smaller the piece, the better it looks. And I know that goes against every grain in your
Yeah.
body.
Yes, it does. Not a big fan of little bitty pieces.
I have some ideas, and
Okay.
it has to do with strips. I put a bunch of them in strips and I cut them any size. It didn't matter. And I'm wondering if this is going to work out. I made a sample block. You want to
Oh, well,
see it?
of course I want to see it.
Now, don't steal my idea.
No, never.
Okay, here goes.
Oh, cute. I like
See?
that. Yeah.
And and
What
then
size is that
if you
block?
do four together, you're going to have
Uh-huh.
a star. Look at my star material.
Oh my gosh, I love that. It's
It
grungy.
is, well, it is grunge. It's by Basic Gray. And what I really wanted to do was just take a square of fabric and sew a bunch of strips on it.
Uh-huh.
But the problem is, I don't have enough of this Basic Gray, and I really want that to be the center. So
Right.
I'm stuck paper piecing.
That's
Yeah.
even worse. Small pieces.
I know. I don't like little. I don't like paper piecing. I don't like. Oh
Okay,
my
so
goodness.
I have a stack of Christmas fabric. I would love to make that star. You
Serious.
think
Look
maybe
at
we should
yours.
use?
Yours is all white.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, let me see some of it.
I've got these
Do
trees.
I see colored lights in there somewhere? My only light background is these snowmen. And
Oh yeah,
oh my
because
gosh.
well,
Oh,
the
that's
kitties.
cute. Cute.
Yeah,
Look at the puppies and the kitties.
and trees with
Trees.
deer
I love
and
it. And I see mint,
peppermints.
peppermint. Cute.
Yeah, so I think we should do something together. But what size is your block?
Well, here. It
Oh, here
is
it is. You did see it. You did see it. Here's some lights.
I I knew I saw colored lights. Oh
Yeah,
my
you
gosh,
did.
that's fun. That
Yes,
is
you did.
fun. My block is 8 inches. I started with, this is an 8-inch square, and here's what I did. See this? I just
Oh, okay.
drew a star shape on, or a triangle shape on it like this.
Uh-huh.
And, but I think the easiest way, I've got Christmas fabric falling everywhere. How funny. Now my computer. I think the easiest way to do it would be to start with a solid piece, the
Uh-huh.
piece you want, and then not paper piece. But I think I'm stuck paper piecing because of the size of my background. I
Right.
don't have enough of the grunge background to do anything else. But
Okay.
you know what you could do, April? Because
What?
you are you serious? You want to do this star?
Yeah,
Just make a bigger block. Make a bigger
I
block
can
and then
supersize it.
supersize it. Yeah, like April, true April story.
Exactly.
And then cut your block out of
Uh-huh.
your background fabric that you want to use. Of course, I don't know if I'd use white if you're using all those white backgrounds. So I don't know.
Right. I could do green or blue or
You know what?
blue or
You know what
green or
blue stars
red.
remind me of? Blue
What?
stars remind me of the blue fairy from Pinocchio. Didn't she come down in a blue star?
I think she did.
I bet all you viewers know what I'm talking about, except the 20-year-olds.
All right. Yeah, I think I could use a red or a green or blue
Oh
as
yeah.
my. Yep. Oh, here are cookies, puppy cookies.
Oh darling. Well,
Yeah.
well, let's put this together. And
Okay.
you've seen my blog, but you haven't seen my quilt. So
No, I have not.
let's put them together, do a video. In
Oh,
my comments the other day, someone said, I love your videos, Di, but my favorite videos are when you collab with April.
those are some of my favorites too.
Yeah, here we are collabing.
Yeah,
You
I
get how
think
to
I
do it,
can do
right,
that.
April? Because you're a
Yeah,
pro quilter.
yeah, I'm something. I think my strips are going to be a little wider than yours too.
That'll
I'm
be
going to see.
interesting.
We'll see. Yeah,
That'll be fun to see.
yeah, and
Well,
then I can show how I did it.
so you make your video, I'll make my video, and we'll put
Okay,
this at the front.
that sounds like a plan.
I
I
think it's
like
a
it.
plan.
I'm
All right.
in. So give me a couple days.
Okay.
I know you're already ahead of me, but give me a couple days and we can get back together and we can show each other our quilts.
Oh, that'll be totally fun.
Yeah.
Totally fun. Hey,
Okay.
let's hop to it.
All
Bye.
right. In a
See you
couple
in a couple
days.
of days.
Bye.
This is the block that I'm going to be making for this quilt, and I'm going to walk you through the making of one of these blocks. The first thing I did was to mark off we'll call it your star shape or whatever you want. I think it would be easier if you just worked with an 8.5-inch square of your base fabric. However, I didn't have enough. I measured out and I just barely had enough fabric if I were to cut my pieces out like this. And how I got those pieces is I marked my paper 3 inches from the tip here and then over here, and then I laid my ruler on it and lined it up with the point, drew a line. And I did it on this side and drew a line. And that gave me this shape. I lay my piece down on paper and then I pin it down, and I'm going to pin it in 2 places. And it's key that you pin it in 2 places because it won't move. Your block should look like this. Now comes the fun part. I'm going to start pulling fabric, laying it down, right sides facing right sides, and then just stitching it all the way off the end of the paper. Before I start stitching, make sure your sewing machine stitch length is set very tight. It will greatly help when you have to pull these papers out. So here I go. Then I'm going to go to the iron and press it down. When you're doing a stitch and flip or a paper piecing like I'm doing, it's really handy to have an ironing station right next to you. This is a fun piece. This piece I laid face down and it crossed the first piece I put down. Did you notice that? At this point, I'm going to pull the pins out. You don't need them anymore. Both sides are stitched down. And now the pieces I've sewed on are pressed. I'm going to trim off this bottom piece and start looking for other pieces. Let's see. I think I'm going to put down this piece. It's kind of fun. It's got little red birds on it. The Christmas bird. Right to the ironing station and trim it off. Oh, look at this strip. It says ho ho ho. I'm going to have to put that on. Oh, this is fun. Little Argyle never hurt anybody at Christmas time, did it? Put some trees in, or is that too much white? I'm probably spending too much time doing this. I think I want to put Santa in. Oh, this kind of looks like Grinch green. That's a little thick, but we'll make it work. I like that green. However, I think it's a lot of green there in the corner. So I am going to fold the paper back like so and trim it down. And then I'm going to have to use another color on there. And I'm absolutely okay with that. And I just have that little piece to go. We're going to do this deep red. It's getting cute. I love this snowman. We're going to go for the snowman again. Some ribbon candy. This is cute though. We'll put this on. And then I'm thinking just a little bit of that ribbon candy. Oh my, we didn't quite cover up the point. I should have taken a thicker piece. So, can you see that little point sticking out? I want to be able to really match this good. So I am going to put a piece of red there, and I'm going to bring it in from the edge of the fabric so there's a little more than a speck showing. All right. So here's my block with its messy edges. Cute, huh? The paper pulled apart a little bit on the back, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. So what I'm going to do is take it to the ironing table and give it a good starch. Now the reason I'm doing this is a couple of reasons. I don't think all of this fabric has been starched. I want it to be nice and firm in this quilt. I'm letting it set and dissolve in, and then I'm going to hit it with my hot little Aliso travel iron, which gets very hot. And if this fabric shrinks just a little bit, that's just fine with me. What I want is to have it good and dry and hot. And so I just turned it over. I am pressing the back side of the paper because it got wet from the starch also. And you know, this is just the way I do it. You can do it however you want. But I'm doing all of this because I want it to be easy to pull my papers off the back. I'm not going to wait until the quilt is sewn together. I kind of hate that. And it's going to stabilize it a little better. You saw that this pulled apart just a smidgen. Like, it looks like 1/2 inch here. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the paper as a guide and trim this all the way around. And then I'm going to lay it down on the lines of my mat and make sure that this block is 8.5 inches square. That's what I need to fit into my quilt, is a block that is 8.5 inches square. There's a little bit sticking out there. And this side, it's a little bit wonky, not by a ton. I must have done a good job when I cut it the first time. But I'm turning all of the sides and taking my time to make sure, oh, here's where the problem lies. Good to go. So let's get these papers pulled out. One thing I like to do is run the edges of my ruler, just kind of scrape them on top of these stitched lines, and it weakens them even more than they already are. And it makes it super duper easy peasy to pull these papers out. And my block is pretty stable because I've had it starched. So I'm pretty happy with it. Let's see, there's a little tiny piece that is going to give me a fit. There it goes. So you folks all ready for Christmas out there? Because I'm not. I have got, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7 customer quilts to bind. And they're all going to get done next Monday, and when I'm not going to have to post a video. And of those 7 quilts to bind, one of them needs to be pieced. Actually not a customer quilt, it's for a friend. Okay, and the last piece is coming out, and you will see a finished block. Ta-da! What do you think? I think it's kind of cute. This is kind of a big white piece, but when it gets together with all of the other blocks, it's going to look fantastic. So I'm going to put it right here on my design wall. Look, I have half of a star. I need to make 2 more blocks and show you how to put a star together. I have the 4 blocks I've put together. Make sure I like that placement. I guess I do. Let me see. Oh, I think I like that placement better. Using a 1/4 inch seam, I'm going to sew these 2 seams and these 2 seams, and then all together like that. They may not necessarily match as far as the white stars go. They're squared up really well, so they're definitely going to fit, but this is okay to be wonky. Ta-da! I'm getting giddy. I think this is gorgeous. It's so traditional. I think we should all go to the design wall. You want to see all 9 of them together? Okay. What do you think? Isn't it just going to be gorgeous? I am really super excited about this. Do you remember at the first of the video, I was telling you in April that Blue Block gave me most of this material? She gave me a big bag of it. In fact, there it is on the floor. About 70% of the fabric in this quilt is from her. She got it from her mother-in-law. And I plan on doing this with this quilt probably after I use it. Is that wrong? You know, she doesn't watch my videos anyway, so she won't know I told you this. I'm thinking it would be cool to give her this quilt, and she can give it to one of her daughters, and they can have a keepsake from Grandma Rini and Auntie Di. That's what I'm going to do. It's measuring right now about 49 square. What I plan on doing is sewing it up, measuring it, and getting a border on it. I've got to hustle and get this done. So let me get this sewn up and then we'll talk borders, okay? This is my precious 20 inches. I'm just going to square it up here and then cut 3.5 inch strips. When I'm working with a border, I treat it the same way as I treat a binding. Okay, I'm going to show you the way not to do a border, but here's the deal. It's late and I want to get done. So what I'm doing is being very, very careful not to stretch the quilt or the border. It's risky, but I'm taking that risk. And I'm sure some of you folks have done them this way before. All right, to the iron I go. This is my scrappy border. Let me show you how I make it. Now you've probably already figured it out. This repeats several times in here. I take just a row of strips like this, and I just sew all different lengths onto that strip. I'll make them 12 inches long. And then I press them good. I press them so they're all going the same direction. I lay my ruler down right on top of them, line up the lines here with the lines on my ruler to make sure it's straight, trim off the edges, turn it around, and I take a 3-inch piece. The only regret I have is that I wish I would have made a 4-inch scrappy border, but I didn't. So that's that. Let me get rid of these guys. Now, this piece is just a little bit too short. I need some more strips to sew on it to make it longer. I think I'm going to attach these right here and put them on. And you know what's fun to do? So it doesn't look like I've used the same thing over and over and over. This one is totally different. I'm just going to break it apart, and then I want to sew this piece onto this piece, and I will sew this one onto here. Be creative when you're sewing your strips together. Then I'm going to take these to the ironing table, press the heck out of them because I want them nice and flat. Ta-da! I feel like I should sing Here Comes Santa Claus or We Wish You a Merry Christmas or something like that, but I don't want to drive you away from my channel. But here it is. What do you think? I'm in love. I think it's a winner. I'm really excited about all the color in it, all the Christmas color. I really am a traditional color girl when it comes to Christmas. And that's what I wanted to do. I think I knocked it out of the park on this one because it's certainly red and green and white. I'd like to thank a few of you for watching my channel and for supporting my channel. Meg Murray, thank you for the 3 T's, and happy holiday from the engineer and I. Marissa Napodi, and I hope I'm saying your name right, thank you for the herb tea, and Merry Christmas to you and your family as well. And then Sharon Newton Cudworth, thanks for sending the super thanks. I appreciate it. Melissa Makes Quilts said her brain is popping with ideas. Or maybe it was her head popping. Something's popping. I know she wasn't popping a pin in. That was me. Oh, sorry, bad attempt at humor. Anyway, her head is popping with ideas on different ways to make my plaid quilt. That's exciting. If any of you make it, I would love to see pictures of your versions of it. So please email me pictures. And then Laura Saldana, what a great idea. She is going to make the plaid quilt in her high school colors because her and her sweetie go back to the games with their kids. And who doesn't like a wonderful snuggly quilt to throw over your legs when you're watching a football game on a cold night? Great idea. Thanks for sharing. Then I want to let everybody know that my quilt retreat is officially sold out. Sally B. and Ann S. from Washington are going to come and join us at the retreat. Thank you so much. I can't wait to meet you, and we are going to have a blast at the quilt retreat. And you bet there's going to be a video. So all of you that aren't able to come can join us virtually. It'll be fun. Now, are you dying to see what April did with the same pattern?
Good morning, April. How are you?
I am doing well. How are you doing?
Oh my gosh. I'm awake. I was up until, let's see, I was up until midnight finishing this quilt. And
Okay.
yeah, in old people years, oh my gosh, that's like 3 a.m.
I
So I was
understand.
like,
I've pulled a couple. I've
I
pulled a couple
know.
late nighters too.
Oh my heavens. It was
Yep.
crazy. So as you can see, um, I don't have my quilt up. I wanted it to be a surprise. I'm going to do a big reveal when it's my turn to show, but
Oh,
I'm
good.
dying to see yours. And oh, I forgot to tell you, I was attaching my border thinking I was getting some great footage and I was talking away in the mic and my phone battery died. So I, I've never
I hate it when that happens.
I've never had it happen before. So
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how this video turns out. So for all of those of you, now you know why.
There's no
It's
border.
just
Yeah.
it's just going like
It magically appears.
I know. There, I'm done. Ooh. So, well, you look nice.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to the Nutcracker with my granddaughters, and
Oh,
with my granddaughter and my mother-in-law.
oh,
So
fun.
it'll be fun. Yeah.
I'm sure you'll enjoy it. I took Hazel and her mom this year, and they had a little Clara's tea party before. Oh my gosh. Anything to spend your money on. But
Exactly.
it was a lot of fun. Now, do I need to give you a drum roll? I am just dying to see your
Yes.
quilt because
Drum roll. Okay.
I can guess that you supersized it.
Oh, yes, I did.
I just
Yes.
knew it.
So
Okay.
I'm going to cover the camera and then I'm going to,
Okay, well,
because I don't want anybody to get dizzy
I'm
because
gonna
I have to
close
turn
my
around.
eyes.
Okay. Okay.
You just say
Ready?
when.
All right. Hold on.
I can't see anything but my sweaty palms in front of me.
Okay, good. Just, okay. Hold on. Okay. I'm ready.
Okay, I can look.
You can look.
Oh, oh my goodness! Look at that. Oh
Yep.
my heavens. It's gorgeous. How big are the star blocks? Oh my
The
heavens.
star blocks are 12 inches, and then, of course, they're 11 and a half by the time they're all
Uh-huh.
connected.
Uh-huh. Oh my
So
heavens. And
each star is the four 11 and a half inch blocks.
oh wow. Wow. So you started with a 12-inch block.
Yes, I
I
did.
did the 8.5 and you did the 12. Oh,
Yep.
April, that is gorgeous. And the
Thank
border,
you.
I love it. I had no. Now, tell me about the construction. Did you do the little star strip like I told you I had to do, or how'd you sew it together?
This is like the beginning of one of them.
I
So I
knew it.
had the 12, I had
I
the 12-inch block, and then I sewed a strip on each side about 4 inches in
uh-huh.
from here, and then just added the rest on.
I knew that would be easier and it took
Yes.
some steps away. You know what, doing it that way, I knew that would be so much easier.
Yeah.
Oh
It,
my heavens.
yeah. And
I
if you'll notice though, I've got some little strips. I don't think they're as small as yours, but there are a couple spots where there are some pretty in April world, they're pretty small. Yeah.
You're a hoot. You're a hoot. So now do you have a close-up block we can look at?
There
Oh,
we go.
look at that. I
And
see
if you notice, the
lights.
border fabric is not exactly like this fabric because I ran out. I didn't have enough of this to
You know,
do the border. So I
you,
found something similar.
you probably shouldn't have pointed that out, but I think it looks
Yeah, I don't,
fantastic.
yeah, I don't even, I don't see a difference when you stand back from it.
I see Santa hats, I see lights, I see Christmas decor, I see ornaments. That is so cool. I don't have any, well, I actually have a few pieces of lighter background fabric, and I love the gold stripe. That is fantastic. I'm I'm in love, love, love. How fun.
Thank you.
Are you
Okay,
ready?
I want to see yours. Yes, yes.
Okay,
You ready?
I'm ready.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Okay, I'm going to move a little bit so you can see the whole thing, but I don't know if I can get that or not. It's,
I love the white star with
oh,
the
thank
Christmas
you.
colors.
It was
It's
more
it's like a
work.
whole well, it's like a whole different look.
It is. They're incredible. The same pattern, just different size, different colors. So
Yeah.
let me see. Oh, I'm making everybody dizzy now. I'm
I'll
bringing
cut that part
laptops
out.
around. Sorry, guys. Okay, so this block is 8.5 inches.
Okay.
This block finishes, well, let's see, the star block finishes at 16 inches. So
Okay.
that's that's pretty big for me. But
Yeah.
I'll tell you what kind of kicked my butt last night was the scrappy piece of paper.
But it's worth it.
I
That
think
just that
it's
looks
absolutely
so
worth it.
good.
And I have
Yeah.
to tell everybody, the first thing I did before I even pressed, it was pressed pretty good when I put it on, but there's a stay stitch, an eighth of an
Oh,
stay stitch all the way around. And as I was
yeah.
putting that on last night, I was going slow because it was oh my God, a lot of these were coming apart, even though I
Oh,
had
wow.
them
Okay.
smaller. But I
Right.
put the video how I did it. It was just a lot of work. There you can see better the
Yes, that
contour.
is gorgeous. I
And
love it.
oh thanks. I just did all traditional fabric, you know.
So now, how wide are your strips? What's the widest strip you used in this?
Oh, let me see. Probably 2 inches, and then this one is a wide one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think like this one is a 2-inch strip here.
Okay. So
I,
we actually used about the same size strips.
yeah, and then
Okay.
that's interesting with such a different look.
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
have some strips in here that are a quarter. Um,
No,
well,
I don't have
I
any
cut
there.
them, I cut them at an inch, so they're half inch. Here's a half inch. And
Okay.
I love doing all the different size strips.
Yeah, me too.
So
Yep.
it was fun. But I have to tell you what the engineer said when I showed it to him last night. Um,
Uh-huh.
he he was in awe. He goes, oh, he goes, I love it. And when I told him I was probably giving it away, he went, what? Really?
Really?
I know.
Why?
He was, yeah, but
Yeah.
well, you'll
Yeah,
need
it's
another
beautiful.
one for us, won't you? And I'm like, no,
I know, right? When I get over this one.
yeah, I need to get over it because I still have, well, look at this bag of scraps.
Wow. It's like you didn't even make a dent.
I know. Well, the top of it is a little fluffy, but
Okay.
I
Okay.
have enough of this old Christmas fabric that Patricia gave me to make a whole another quilt. And I'm looking at another star quilt, and
Uh-huh.
the engineer said, "Oh, honey, we want one of these."
It is beautiful.
So,
It looks
oh, I
really good.
I think yours are beautiful. I We'll have to you'll have to send me a picture. I want to put a picture side by side because
Okay, yeah. You do the same and then
I
yeah.
will. I love it.
Yeah.
Both Christmas quilts. Did you have
Hmm.
fun doing this pattern?
I did. When I was on the last couple, actually the last star, I started getting, it's like, okay, this is a lot of sewing,
Okay,
but yeah, I
you
think this would be a great project to use your scraps.
well, here's the deal. As I was making it, my sewing room looked like something had
An
blown up
explosion.
because I had a big pile of strips on the table.
Yep.
They were falling off. I had my bag.
Yes.
I think, hey, where's this strip? I go pull the fabric out of the bag and cut it. When that let's face it, when you're so scrappy, you're going to make a mess.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But
I was picking up fabric off the floor last night.
oh, you picked up your floor?
Just a little.
You should see mine. But anyway, I think a quilt like this is totally worth it. Um,
Yes.
when when you get something like this, because I think it's just, I don't know, I'm loving it so much.
Yes. Me too.
So
And if you did a block with the scraps from a project, right after you finished the project, just took your scraps and made, 4 blocks for a star, then
uh
you've got that, move on to your next project, and you could just put them all together.
good idea. So this was a lot of fun. There's a
It was.
little different collab. So
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
kind of wish your quilt were behind you right now, but
Oh, sorry. Here,
here,
I'll,
there you
there we go.
go.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? That's the money shot.
Yep.
So,
Yeah. I really like the way it turned out.
oh,
Now, how are you going to quilt yours? Have you thought about that?
you know what? I have. There's so much going on. Maybe a simple design, some kind of a generic design that will totally not take away from this crazy busy
The
design.
quilt design. Yeah,
I know you do free motion quilting.
I do.
Do you do any custom?
No,
Custom, custom site.
not yet.
You ought to send them to Tucker and have him quilt both of them and see what he comes
Oh, they would be gorgeous.
up. I know.
Maybe I should send a picture to him and ask him what I should do.
Oh, that's a good idea. He'll
Yeah.
he'll tell you something custom, I bet.
Oh, absolutely.
So I've got to get mine quilted fast because I'm bound and determined to hang it on my quilt ladder, and
Oh, okay.
I've given myself until New Year's. So
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
this was fun.
I can't wait until our next collab.
I know. When will that be? You know what we ought to do? We ought to do something to use up stash,
I agree because I've got so much.
a stash bag.
I like it.
You have fun at the Nutcracker today. It's
Thank
gonna be a
you.
wonderful day. Merry Christmas. If I don't
Merry
see you
Christmas.
before, all right.
All right.
Love these quilts. All right.
Yes, me too. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Can you believe it? What a beautiful quilt. I never would have thought of putting red in. And that border, it just made it so rich. It was so much fun working with April again. And I promise you, we're going to do more collaborations. We love doing them, and we just get silly when we do. So thanks for putting up with us and our silliness. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it so much. And if you like what you see, you guys know what to do. Bye.